In this video, we're going to set up subscription payments into Lovable through Stripe. This is really important if you want to build a SaaS product in Lovable with recurring payments. And we're also going to have to manage giving the users the ability to manage their subscription, cancel it, things like that. In our previous video, we already set up a simple Stripe integration where users would sign in, be able to purchase, and then there's a toggle essentially on that user which would switch to purchased once that purchase went through. So if you haven't watched that video yet, click this link and go to that video and watch that video first. It might be helpful to go through that first because we already set up some of the initial Stripe setup, such as connecting with API keys, letting users actually purchase, connecting to Supabase so that we can have a database to work with. So in this video, we're going to start where we left off and then go from a simple purchase to actually a subscription purchase where users are going to be signed up to a subscription. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go to the left side and continue here and say, now I'd like to add a subscription purchase of $29 a month. I'd also like the ability to manage, or for users to manage their subscription, such as canceling, and we need to update the subscription status of the user in the database. So I'll go ahead and pause the video and I'll come back once Lovable is starting to work on this. So it's saying that first they need to update our database to track subscriptions, and they're giving us basically what they're going to do to create a new table for that. And it's saying once I approve the migration, they're going to implement it. So I'm going to say, yes, please proceed. So they're going to add an updated Edge function to handle subscription creation and webhooks, a new subscription management page for users, and updates to product checkout to offer both one-time and subscription options. So let's go ahead and see how it does here. All right, so it says I've implemented the monthly subscription option along with subscription management, but it says the build was unsuccessful. I can't tell exactly what this is. Status does not exist, so maybe there's something about the subscription status. So I'll go ahead and say try to fix. And what happens when you do that is it says for the code present, I get the error below. Please think step by step in order to resolve it. So now it says it's trying to edit a file. I don't have permission to edit. I'll just click try to fix one more time. Let's see what happens. And if not, I will try something else to edit this. So it looks like it's another migration issue. So I'll say, yes, I approve. The issue is that subscriptions table didn't exist in the database, so it needs to actually create that table. So I'm going to approve that, and let's let it go ahead and continue. All right, so we still seem to be getting an error. Let me show the logs. Looks like this is a different error now. Failed to call this because it doesn't exist. Let me just try. So now I'll try to fix it since it's a different error. If it was the same error, I would try something else. But it's usually a good thing when you get a different error because that means that we're making progress. So what I did was ask it said it didn't have permission. So I asked, how do I make sure you have permission? It said it made some changes to the database. I'm going to say I'm now getting an error on page load that says could not check subscription status. Is this because I am not logged in, or do I need to set up the webhooks first? Because I know that there's webhooks we're going to have to set up in Stripe that are not set up currently. So I don't know if that's causing the issue. So let's see what happens here. All right. So for some reason, I think it wasn't actually creating the subscriptions table, but now I'm going to click apply changes, and hopefully now it actually does apply it. So sometimes it helps to kind of, instead of just clicking that try to fix button, kind of describe more, give it some ideas of what might be happening. So hopefully this resolves it. All right, cool. So now when I refresh the page, there are no issues. So I'm going to say now I'm not getting any issues when refreshing the page, which is great. What should we do next? So now what it says it's doing is creating a Stripe webhook endpoint. And this should allow us to actually listen for those webhooks that are coming from Stripe. So it says, go to the Stripe dashboard and create a webhook endpoint. Point it to your Supabase Edge function URL. Add the webhook secret to your Supabase Edge function secrets. Here are the relevant links to help you set up. Would you like me to guide you through setting up the webhook? I'm going to say, yes, please guide me through the process in Stripe and Supabase. All right, so it's guiding us through how to do it. It says, first, we need to get our Supabase Edge function URL, go to the Supabase functions dashboard, which it's linked below, find the Stripe webhook function and copy the URL. Then we need to go into Stripe. Okay, that makes sense. So first we'll click on Supabase functions, should open it up. And we need to copy the Stripe webhook URL. And we'll go back. And then we need to go to webhooks, add endpoint in Stripe, paste the Supabase function URL, and then for events to send, we're going to send session completed, subscription updated, subscription deleted. So here we are. We're going to search for webhooks on the top. This is in our sandbox. We will create a destination, paste in that URL, which is the endpoint URL, which we're going to send that webhook to. A webhook is basically an event. So when a subscription is successful or deleted, etc., we're going to send that data to this endpoint in Supabase, basically. So we're going to select the events here, and it's the subscription created, deleted, and paused. We're going to add events, and then we're going to add endpoints. Actually, I need to edit that really quickly. I realized it's not subscription created. It was session completed was what it wanted. So I'm going to delete subscription created. It was session completed, subscription deleted, and subscription paused. So I'm going to update the account, and let's go back to Lovable. So now it says after creating, you'll see a signing secret. Click reveal and copy this secret. So this is up here. I'll click reveal, and I will copy it. Now it wants to go to our add the webhook secret to Supabase. Click on the Edge function, click add secret, enter Stripe webhook secret, and then paste it. Okay, so Edge functions, we'll say add new secret, and it's going to say Stripe webhook secret, and then I'll paste in that value. Click create secret. Okay. And I'm going to say I just completed all of these tasks. So that was really great. I think Lovable did a really good job of telling us in easy step-by-step instructions exactly how to do that. Okay, so now it wants us to do a test. We want to log in, try to subscribe, complete it, the checkout, and then it's going to monitor to see if it worked. So I'm going to say, okay, so it sounds good. What I'm going to do is open this in a new window. Let's click sign in to subscribe. We'll sign up. Okay, now I'm logged in, so it's giving me the option to subscribe. So I'm going to click subscribe now. Now we're on a premium subscription, $29 a month. Awesome. So I'll put in the card information. You can put in any date in the future. And then we'll just go ahead and enter in. So we filled in all of our information. Let's click subscribe. It should send us back to our app. Okay, so we're back in the app. Now let's go back to Lovable's editor and see if it actually worked. Because I don't think we've built in anything yet to like verify on the front end, but let's see if it worked in the back end. So I'm going to say I just did a test purchase with the email set5@nocode.mba. Did it register in the database? So it's asking us to make a quick change to enable the proper security for the tables. So I'm going to say now, can you add to the front end the subscription status? All right, I'm going to try again here and see if this works. I'm going to subscribe again. So let's go ahead and process. All right, so I see the purchase in my Stripe account. Here we go. We can see that purchase, but it doesn't look like it's showing up in the Lovable front end, basically, like it said. So I'm going to say I just tested in a new window. The Stripe purchase went through with the email set5@nocode.mba. And I see it in my Stripe dashboard, but that logged in user doesn't see anything on the front end to show that it succeeded. Okay, so now it says we need to add policies to allow the users to view their own subscriptions. So that kind of makes sense in that case, if that's true, why it wasn't working. All right, so it says it actually already did that. So now it wants to refresh, see if it's working, and then also check to see if I received a confirmation email. I know that worked. Then we're going to verify if the webhook is working correctly. Okay, so I just refreshed the page. I'm just going to show it what it looks like. So I'm going to take a screenshot. I'm going to say I can verify the Stripe purchase went through. Maybe check the webhook. Here is what the page looks like after successfully signing up for a monthly subscription. Okay, so there's a lot of little debugging you have to do. But I think this is helpful for if you're watching and you want to know how to do this and how to kind of work with Lovable. That's a lot of kind of debugging and figuring out what's wrong. All right, so I'll try to purchase one more time. We'll see if we get the webhook. So I'll go ahead and subscribe. So in Stripe, this is going to add another subscription or payment to my account, but it's fine. It's all test. So here it's the same. Let's go to the webhook logs. And there's nothing there. Okay. So I'm going to say I subscribed again, but no webhook logs. So definitely an issue there. Let's also check the Stripe webhook to see what's happening. There might be an error there. Okay, so we actually do see there is an error. So I'm going to say, okay, so this is how you have to figure out how to solve these things. So I'll say I checked Stripe, and the webhook shows an error, missing authorization header. I bet it's going to be able to solve it now. Okay, so now it says it resolved it. Let's try one more time. So let's subscribe again. I'm in this new window again because when it sends us back, it's going to send us back to a new window. So you can't do it in the editor. All right, so it's processing now. So we're back. Let's check the webhook logs. Still nothing. Let's check Stripe. I'll refresh Stripe here. And I got the same exact error. So I'm going to say I just tried again, got the same error, missing authorization header. There's a lot of debugging back and forth. Hopefully this is helpful so you can see how to avoid these issues when you're doing it yourself. So it's telling me to add a header to the Stripe webhook, but I don't think I can, so I'm telling it that. And I'm saying otherwise, just remove security on Supabase so it can be unauthorized. So it thinks there's something it has to do to the function to not expect authorization header, so it's going to modify that. So I guess it may not have fully done what it said it was going to do previously. Okay, now it says it should work, so let's try one more time. Gonna subscribe. Let's go ahead and click subscribe here. Processing. So let's see if it actually sent the webhook. All right, now we're getting a different error in Stripe. So, which, like I said before, it's good when you get different errors. So I'm going to say, now I get a different error in Stripe for webhook. Oops, an unexpected error. Hopefully it works now. There we go. So I knew this was going to be a little bit trickier than just the simple Stripe, just a simple payment in Stripe. But that's why I wanted to make the video, because this is also a really important thing to be able to do if you're building a SaaS product with Lovable. So it sees the issue. And also what I can do now, and I'll show you this trick. Once this is done, we'll go back. Okay, so it says it's done it. Let's go back to Stripe. And then what we can do is resend this. Let's see. I clicked resend. I'll try it one more time. It's getting the same error. So this is helpful just so, oh wait, now different. Okay, different error. Null value and column user ID. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go ahead and say now a different Stripe webhook error. So let's see what it says. Okay, so it says it's working now. I'll try to resend. Let's refresh. Same error. Sometimes it takes a second. Okay, so now different error. No user ID found in session metadata. Okay. Let me try to purchase again just in case it made some changes there and I shouldn't be resending it. So let's just do this real quick. I'll pause so you don't have to watch me go through. So it's processing here. So it went through. I have a feeling it probably didn't work. So here we are back in Stripe. Let's refresh. Okay. Same error. Yeah. So I'll say now this error in Stripe webhook. So again, we're getting different errors. So I think, like I said before, making some progress, hopefully. Okay, so now basically it's going to pass the user ID into Stripe when it creates that session. Okay, so let's try one more time. Let's refresh the page. Subscribe now. Okay, just processing. Should take a second here. Here we go. Sending us back. Let's check the webhook. And is it the same error? Same error. Okay. I'm going to say we got the exact same error. I'm going to say, please think it through step by step to solve this once and for all. Sometimes something like that can help, actually. Okay, so I just tried it again. We'll go to the create session logs. I don't know exactly how to read those. Let's see the webhook logs. Assume nothing is going to come through there. Okay, no user ID found in session metadata. So please check the logs now. Seems like the same thing is happening. All right, so it thinks it solved it. So let's try this one more time. Go ahead, hit subscribe. So let's see. We'll check the webhook logs. Looks like the same exact error is happening. Okay, I think it worked. Now we see subscription status as an active subscription. Wow, that is amazing. Okay, that took a lot of debugging back and forth, but it did work successfully. Let's see if the next step works successfully of managing subscription. So if I click that, no, now it will not. So, okay, we got that part to work. So I'm going to say now it works, but I got an error when trying to click manage subscription. And I'm also just going to say, please update the webhooks for updating the subscription as well to make sure it all works. Just like how the initial webhook works now. And let's just try that again. So it says now it's going to make sure that the subscription updates and deletions work consistently with the new metadata approach. So it's trying to get ahead of that since I'm assuming it didn't set that up correctly in the first try. Okay, so now it should work. So let's go and test it out. Let's refresh the page. Okay, it's active. Let's click manage subscription. Okay. Edge function returned a non-2xx status code. So when I click manage subscription, I still get an error. Edge function 2xx error. Okay, so now it should give us a better error message. Basically, that's what it just did. So I'm going to go ahead and click manage subscription. Same thing. I'm just going to take a screenshot of it. I'm going to say, here's the error message. But I am confident we'll solve it because we were able to solve the first issue. So this should hopefully be solvable as well. All right, so it says it should work. Let's try. I'll refresh the page. Manage subscription. Same exact error. So I'm going to say I'm getting the same error. Think it through step by step. All right, so it's asking me to do it again and then check. It says subscription management error. So let's go to the console logs, inspect the page, console. Here we go. So let's paste in. Here are the console logs. So hopefully that helps. It does have some information like it seems like it's not able to find the subscription potentially. So we'll see if that helps. Okay, so let's click manage subscription. Same error. I'm close to putting a stop to this video for now. We did set up the initial Stripe subscription management or subscription process, which is pretty cool with the webhook. And I do think that's really valuable. And I think this is just a matter of kind of debugging and going back and forth and seeing, until we can solve it, basically. So I could go back and forth for 10 more minutes on this video. I'm sure that Lovable is continuing to make this easier to set up. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the video now. Again, in this video, we did set up a subscription through Stripe using webhooks and Supabase edge functions. We weren't quite able to set up the managed subscription yet, but once I figure that out, I'll make another video on that. So be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get a video on that once it's completed. And check out the link in the description to go to Lovable and build your own apps yourself using Lovable. Also check out No Code MBA, the link in the description, to learn much more about building with no code and AI apps. Learn from industry experts with detailed, in-depth tutorials. Thanks again for watching. Leave a comment if you have any questions below, and I'll see you in the next video.